If the Dems thought they were cooked during the 2024 election, they haven't seen anything yet. Jasmine Crockett, a Democrat congressman from Texas, is preparing to run for the most powerful Democrat on the House Oversight Committee. Dun, dun, dun. If you don't know who Jasmine Crockett is and what she has been up to since Donald Trump has won the presidency, then take a look.
Continue to put people into office, and that even means some of our skinfolk who definitely are not our kinfolk, such as Byron Donalds, who are going to continue to say that, the fact that you sitting around talking about life was better under Jim Crow, is this because you don't understand history? Or literally it's because you married a white woman and so you think that whitewashed you? I'm not really sure. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot mess, honey. It's Ted Cruz. This dude has to be knocked over the head, hard, right? All I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down. Let me tell you, we have a thug in charge of the United States. We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your. We are going to make sure you understand what democracy looks like.
If you could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
Off.
Yes, and again, Jasmine Crockett is preparing to run for a seat in the House Oversight Committee. Jasmine Crockett of Texas might have her chance to make her mark on the Trump administration as the head of the powerful House Oversight Committee when Representative Gary Conley steps down as the ranking member. As of today, May 21st, 2025, rest in peace. He has went on and now the seat is officially open. Oversight is the House's main investigative committee, and lawmakers are already lining up to take on President Donald Trump amid his ongoing overhaul of the government and flurry of executive orders. Several names have been bandied about as strong contenders, but with Representative Alexander Ocasio-Cortez, AOC of New York, stepping aside, and one name has risen to the top, Crockett of Texas. Crockett says it's her time, pointing to her position as the vice ranking member on the committee and her background in law that honed her ability to be spicy as she pits up with other members. Also bolstering her run is her fundraising ability, her fraud fundraising ability. She has already raised a whopping $1.7 million of her re-election campaign and $3 million during the 2023-2024 cycle. And what's interesting about this fraud fundraising ability is that there has been some fraud investigations being opened up regarding her ability to properly, legally fundraise. But that outcome has not been said and done just yet. But if Democrats were still in the White House, she would not be running because there would be no need. She says the moment is here because of Trump. We know that President Trump likes to drop my name. I can't think of anybody else he would fear more being on the other side of oversight than me. I don't think so. I think President Trump just really can't believe that the Democrats have done fell off so bad that she is their lead speaker. If you didn't see what he said, check this out.
This new one they have, their new star, Crockett. How about her? If that's their new star, they're in serious trouble. I look at the Democrats, they're in total disarray. They have a new person named Crockett. I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person.
Reporters sat down with Crockett to discuss her bid, the need for Democrats to meet the moment, and how to get them there. The following interview has been edited for length and clarity. They asked her, does she have plans to run for the ranking member of the Oversight Committee? She stated she does once there is a vacancy. They asked her, how do you plan to leverage your experience as the vice ranking member to lead the committee effectively? She stated, I think that it will be really important to show that I've already earned the trust of the committee as a whole. The only way that I was able to become the vice ranking member is because I was unanimously elected to that post. I think that I can also just talk about how important it is to have relationships with the members on the committee. And I think that I've done a good job of that. I believe she got to that point of vice ranking member because Joe Biden was in office. A Democrat has been in office the last couple of decades. And the sourcing, or really, let's say there's no qualified candidates up for the job. The asked her, voters have said the party tends to prioritize seniority over other things. With the position opening up soon, it is important to elect someone on the younger side. She stated she would not be approaching it as if it's young versus old or even seniority. I feel like I walk in with any unfair handicap of seniority being on the minds of people as we are in a space in which we're talking about meritocracy consistently. It's not to diminish the abilities of anyone else, and it's not to say that anyone else would necessarily be unqualified. I don't think that's the case. When I look around at my Democratic colleagues, I feel like we're literally do have the Avengers. But I think that it's about who is best for this moment. They also asked Crockett, do you agree with the refrain from Democratic voters that members need to be more aggressive with their messaging? She stated she thinks the approach, everything from a guerrilla standpoint, we not only have to be on digital, we got to show up in people's backyard. I think that we have to go meet the people where they are. So one of the things that I absolutely want to make sure that we start doing is somehow shadow hearings right there in those areas that are traditionally voting for people that are doing things like trying to take their Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, as well as every type of media that we can do. For me in this moment, it legitimately is about meeting the moment, and I think it would benefit us all. Crockett has been on these social platforms being very unprofessional, in my opinion. She wants to appeal to the young people as working class. But if you didn't know, Jasmine Crockett went to a private institution during grade school, and she also went to a very expensive college. So she doesn't have an idea, and she doesn't resonate with low income or working class.
Listen, he up there, he's spewing all kinds of nonsense and bullshit. Let me just be real. And we wasn't gonna sit for that shit. We wouldn't. You know, we showed up. And if he had some sense, then maybe we would have been about that life. But y'all know he ain't got no sense. So please give some love. This took a little bit of coordinating to do for sure. We got some cool shirts.
What do you have to say to your naysayers? Because she has been getting a lot of backlash as she has continued to go on these different rants. I personally don't ever believe that I lose. I think that I'm always a winner so long as I'm continuously walking in God's purpose in my life. Sometimes when I do speeches, I have this saying that sometimes you got to lose to win. But no matter what happens, I still get to do what I was elected to do, which was represent the people of Texas, District 30. And honestly, win, lose, or draw, Texas 30 is going to have my back so I don't feel like I lose. I don't have a side, but I do have a message. Jasmine Crockett is a very unqualified, very unprofessional. And people, you have to choose wisely who you are voting for. Because if you continue to vote blue, because they may look like you, because you think they represent you, then you are going to continue to get these type of candidates. Texas, how did she get in office? When was the last time she's done something for Texas District 30? Because she goes on all her interviews talking about President Trump, talking about this, that, and they're all misinformation, like cutting Social Security, Medicaid. They have been cutting waste, fraud, and abuse, something that she has probably had her hands in the pot, and now she feels like they're cutting out her pockets. So that's why they want to fight for these type of things. But does that help their American people? Does that help your citizens in your district? I don't think so. So I would like to know your comments down below about how do you feel about Jasmine Crockett being the head House Oversight Committee?
for the second set of remarks, not the first, the second, that applied to me.
She has no idea. I think, Mr. Chairman, I'm the only one recognized right now.
We objected at the time.
Will the member state the word she wishes struck?
She told me, or she asserted that I was not intelligent. These are the specific words. We can have it read by the clerk.
It was made immediately.
And it was made immediately. I am not moving now.
I don't think it was timely.
I am not moving now.
It was made immediately, both by the gentlelady and by me.
Mr. Chair, it was made immediately.
It was made immediately,
and you
both
said
by
that
the
you would
gentlelady and by
return
me.
to us.
Guys,
She said, you don't have the intelligence to talk to me, is what she said.
the chair recognizes Ms. Greene for 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Mr.